indigo book haul came. It's so good. Oh my goodness. And the edges. This is so good. It's fine. Only a monster can lead me out of the dark. We need to read 2 books this weekend. Can we do it? It is currently Mother's Day weekend because we deserve a whole weekend. And I need to read 2 books this weekend. And you're going to see if I can read those books before work on Monday. There are 2 books that we are aiming for. I am currently 50% of the way through. Alchemised by SenLinYu. This book is over 1,000 pages. You've probably already heard me complaining about it, but I didn't realize it. This looks like an average sized book, but when you open it up, the pages are thin and there's over 1,000 of them. So I really need to just sit down. I've been reading this book for like a week now and I've been loving every single second of it. I just need to focus on getting it done. And then if we can get this done in this weekend, the second book that we're going to read is going to be my one of 3 highly anticipated books for May, and that is Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen. This is book 2 of 𝖒𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆, and I am so excited. Do you know how you know that I'm excited? It's because my nails matched the book, and this is the vibes we're going into this weekend. So as you can see, I'm feeling good, got lots of energy, and let's get started. So like I said, currently I am on page 538 out of 1,024. I don't know if in the back of the book there's like epilogues or other books being promoted, but anyways, 1,024 pages. We have Friday night, we have Saturday, and we have Sunday to get this done. My family knows that I'm dedicating my weekend to reading, and honestly, for Mother's Day, that's really all I want. My husband did. Maxwell, would you like to talk to the camera? I had a dream that my husband ordered 𝖒𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 for me as a Mother's Day gift, and so I told him, hey, 𝖕𝖉𝖉𝖎 ordered me 𝖒𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 for Mother's Day, so do you just want to order me 𝖒𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 for Mother's Day? And he said, sure. So he ordered it, and lo and behold, it doesn't come out in North America until August. So next best thing is getting Fury Bound delivered today. I'm so excited. So cannot wait to jump into this. This is only going to be 596 pages. Can you see why I was so confused that Alchemised was going to be 1,000 pages? Like, Fury Bound appears to be bigger, but don't let it fool you. It's not. So this is what we're working with this weekend. And yeah, but we gotta start reading. We gotta get through it. Currently been relying on the audiobooks to carry me through Alchemised. And I'm glad that I did because I love hearing Kane's voice. I love hearing Helena's voice. And it's really just been helping me stay immersed in the story.
Of it, you'd be able to bring his talisman back.
I guess I should keep you up to date with what's going on currently. We are 50% of the way through, and I want to check in every 25%, 50%, and then 100% for each one of these books. So because we're at 50%, I want to go over it so far. So I've been texting my friend about my thoughts and feelings. And this is kind of my sentiment. This is what I've been saying about Alchemised. It hooked me from the start. I loved what we got. It was so hard to read. The things that this FMC has to go through are just so brutal and so unimaginable that you just feel so bad for her. And it was really tough to get through. Once we hit about 30, 40, 35% mark, things kind of switch gears. We kind of go in the past for a little while. It fills in things that you didn't know previously. And that is just, it's been so fun to see these things. I've had to read some parts multiple times just to make sure that I'm understanding what it's telling me. Sometimes I've read through, even if I can't really grasp what's going on. And I think that's been really helpful because you learn things as you go. So you may not understand what you're being told in that moment, but later on you probably can start to connect the dots. There's a few plot twists in here so far, and we're only at 50%. And that just makes it even better. I will say it's a very slow moving book. So don't expect like insta love or instant payoff. This book is really making you work for it. It's that much more rewarding as you read because I feel like I've lived every day with this woman so far. It's so slow, but in a really good way. At 50%, I'm still so hooked like I was at 10%. Like I said, this story shifted gears and it just makes it really refreshing and keeps you engaged. I feel like all this slow like build up is going to pay off so much for us in the end. I also like don't want to spoil. This is going to be a spoiler free weekend. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. So I'm just going to encourage you to read the book if you want to know more because I can't give you like super big details. But there is a plot twist between the MMC and the FMC where I'm like, you're kidding me. Okay, this is amazing. That was like my reaction to it. I have some theories. I think I know where the story might be going. However, things aren't lining up. Like I'm thinking one thing and then I'm saying, no, wait, because we know XYZ. So I really have no like strong theory of how it will end. I just kind of maybe am feeling out the direction a little. I've already told you guys how the book is. There's really thin pages. There's over 1,000 of them. So it is not a quick read. And I am pairing this in all three formats. I'm reading the physical along with the audiobook. And then I'm also reading it on my Kindle along with the audiobook. And then sometimes I'm not even using the audiobook. So it is just a mixture of those three things and pairing them together that's really carried me through the story. And I'm so glad that I've listened to the audiobook along with it. It's keeping me focused. It's keeping my pacing going, and I'm just excited to keep reading. Here's the plan for today. I'm going to read for a while, and then probably we're going to go eat dinner around, I'd say maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. And then after dinner, I'm going to come home and I have to edit thumbnails, upload my video to YouTube. And so once that's scheduled, then we're good to like get into bed and read for the rest of the night. I cannot wait to get in bed and just be so cozy and reading. I am officially 75% of the way through Alchemised. I think that the pacing is still really great. That light might be annoying. Let me just, okay. I think the pacing is perfect. I don't find myself dragging my feet or getting bored. I love the way that the book is structured, and so I love where we're at right now. I can slowly start to feel where the things are going to start to blend and we're going to be caught up and we know everything, and it just feels really good. One thing that this book has done really well is answering questions as you need them. And again, I said very early on that I'm just going to keep pushing through because we are all going to be very confused by this book in the beginning. And I'm so glad, I love how my questions are getting answers and gaps and holes are being filled as we continue on through the story. The dialogue is really great. The world building is still spot on. I'm enjoying the writing style a lot. I think the only thing that is frustrating me, and if you haven't read this book yet, maybe just fast forward to the timestamp listed below. But I think the only thing that's frustrating for me is that I didn't realize we would spend so much time in the past. I don't hate it. I thought there would be more of a balance between present and past. And I think it's a really unique way that the book has been set up to be in the present first and then strictly in the past through the majority of the book. And then eventually we'll be caught up, right? We are currently on page 778. That is chapter 62 of the book. With this much left to go, it feels real good because let me just tell you, at 50%, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get this done. But now with being at 75% and seeing how much we have left to go. It's what, 200 more pages? Yeah, it's almost 200 more pages. So that's doable. And I'm thinking that if we push through it, we can get it done tonight. So no worries there. And then tomorrow will be strictly dedicated to Fury Bound, and we'll wake up and we'll be able to read it. If not, start it tonight, which that's being really ambitious. So the rest of the plan for tonight is just finding something for dinner. And why would I do that? Why did I just break my bookmark on camera? All I was trying to do was pull the bookmark up. Oh my god. This is why we can't have nice things. Lovely. Okay. So anyways, gotta figure out what's for dinner, and then we're going to basically just read for the rest of the night. And that's all I'm going to be doing. Our video for No Spice recommendations went live today. So if you haven't watched that yet, please do. Throw it on in the background if you're like cleaning your room or whatever. Give it a like and stuff so others can see it too. Because that is really helpful. Like I said, tomorrow, no plans. I think we've done all of the Mother's Day celebrations. We went out to eat today for lunch. We went out to eat last night for dinner. And my daughter has already given me a beautiful plant for Mother's Day, and she made me this cute little craft from school. So I think that the weekend has already been full of celebration, and tomorrow we're just chill. We're just chilling. So I'll check in with you when we finish Alchemised. Well, folks, we have done it. We have completed Alchemised. I feel like I need a cigarette, and I don't smoke. I don't. What a journey that we have been on. It's currently 11:41 p.m. on Saturday, May 9th. So it took me 7 days to finish this book, and I am tired. I was telling my husband that I did, in fact, love every minute of this book. There was never a moment when I was bored. There was never a moment where I wanted to read faster to try to get through a chapter, or there was never a boring moment in this book. I feel like every page or every chapter, every moment served a purpose, and I can't tell you the last time I read a book like that. As I mentioned before, this book is over 1,000 pages, so this is by far the biggest book that I've ever read. So applause for me. That's pretty cool. The author is SenLinYu. This is their first book that they've ever wrote, and I don't know where you go from here, but I hope they keep writing, and I hope they keep making books because the writing was just so beautiful. So I did in fact rate this 5 out of 5 stars, and I gave it 3 out of 5 peppers. However, the spice was very mild and it was not descriptive. There are some content warnings for this book, so make sure you check those out before you read this book. But I gave it 3 out of 5 because there were multiple scenes. However, closed door. Like, they didn't really tell you much, so that was great. Like, I get it. Like, I get why the girlies love this book, because I do. I'm so happy that I read this book, and no notes. It was just a really great book. It was tough to read, and it was sad, and I almost cried at one part, but yeah, totally worth it. totally worth it. So I am going to let my eyes and mind rest for the rest of the night. I mean, it is midnight, so I need to go to bed. And then tomorrow we will wake up bright and early. We need to do our daily resetting. So I'm probably going to have to listen to Fury Bound partially on audio. I'm not mad about it. I just didn't listen to 𝖬𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 on audio, I don't think. So that's probably going to be the plan tomorrow because we have to do our Sunday house reset, vacuuming and laundry and just preparing for the week. But we need to get that book. Like, I have now one day to read it. So can we do it? I don't know, but stay tuned. We are officially 100 pages through Fury Bound. Maybe I'll just hold it. Initial thoughts. I think I am slightly in a 5-star hangover. Not anything too terrible. However, this book lacks some luster, I think, in comparison to just coming off of Alchemised. I am trying to keep a level head about it though, because I don't want that to ruin my experience for Fury Bound, and I also do want to continue reading Fury Bound. I don't want to like DNF it temporarily or put it aside for a later date. Like, I want to finish it today. I'm currently 100 pages of the way through. That brings me to chapter 10. If you don't want to know anything about Fury Bound, I'm going to try my best to be spoiler free. However, if you don't want to know anything about the story, just make sure to jump ahead a little bit. But this book is dual POV, and I don't believe that 𝖬𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 Bound was. So that's already an interesting take. Another opinion that I have, something else that I noticed, is the beginning of the book. We're in the thick of it. Like, we jump into the thick of it. There's a lot going on, and it's so action-packed. Like, the first 50 pages are crazy. Earlier, I tried to read outside, but it actually was a little too cold for that. So we came back inside, and I've just been switching between the book and the audiobook because I have some laundry to do, like I mentioned before. So let's answer some questions about the book. Okay, so what made me pick up this book? Obviously, I was so super excited for this book. This is book 2 of 𝖬𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 Bound, and I rated 𝖬𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 Bound 5 stars, and I only read it a few months ago. So the fact that I could read this one almost immediately was really, really exciting. And I loved where 𝖬𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 Bound left off, so I was ready to be immersed back into this story. What am I hoping this book gives me this weekend? I hope that this will give me kind of the same feelings that 𝖬𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 Bound did. I really enjoyed some of the humor of 𝖬𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 Bound, and I also enjoyed the sarcasm. So far, we're getting that with Meryn and with Stark, and I've rather enjoyed that. It is very different than Alchemised, which is good because I did need something a bit different after coming off that book. I'm not sure if this is a series or if it's a duology, so I'm not sure how Fury Bound's going to end, but the beginning of the book starts off kind of depressing and sad, and I hope that we can work through that and resolve that beginning issue. I would love to see an ending where Meryn, our female main character, gets everything that she wants, but I'm also curious if there was to be a book 3, how the story would continue. One word gut feeling going into it: I'm scared. I'm scared that Alchemised kind of ruined me, and the next few books that I'm going to be reading, I'm trying again really hard to separate the two. Alchemised was just so maybe book of the year that nothing is going to compare. I think I'll be able to still enjoy this book because it is a little different. There's a couple of similar qualities actually. So if you've read Alchemised, you'll be surprised to know that. Not even the same books, but there's just like a couple things. It's like, oh, weird. That was an Alchemised also. There goes my phone. And then I see. God, I'm okay, I swear. So we have, according to the audiobook, I have about 18 hours and 45 minutes. So at 2 times speed, that brings us down to 9 hours to go in this book. I mean, I think that's kind of how I've been calculating it. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe I'm going to try to push through another 50 pages, see what my family's up to. If they don't want to do anything or if they're not up for anything, then I'm just going to, keep chugging along. And I will check in with you guys when I get to the 50% mark. Hello, welcome to the 50% mark of Fury Bound. I wanted to check in with you for a few reasons. For reason number 1, it is almost 10 p.m. and I am, in fact, only at the 50% mark. This is a concern for me. This is a problem. I've already mapped out, you probably can't see this, but I've already mapped out where the 75% mark is. And I think that I will be able to get to 75% by the end of the night. But I do not think, I work tomorrow, so I do not think that I will be able to get to 100% tonight. So that is just where we're at currently. It's 10 o'clock. I have gotten all my laundry done. It's all put away. The daughter is in bed. It's been a wonderful Mother's Day. I've gotten to take a long nap. I've gotten to read outside, and it's just been truly amazing. And I thank my family for making that possible. I just got all my skincare done, so if I look shiny and glowy, that's why. The past few nights, I've been trying to be really diligent about my skincare because I'm not getting any younger. Let's be real. All right, so let's answer some questions about the book at our 50% mark. All right, so what has hooked me, or what is making this feel like work? It doesn't feel like work. I'm gonna debunk that right away. This doesn't feel like work. I will say it's not gripping me as the first one did, because I was tabbing that book like crazy immediately from the beginning. And that's just not happening with this book. And I couldn't tell you why. Maybe just because I'm not enjoying it as much. But what's hooked me is definitely all of the different things that are going on that our FMC has to try to figure out. There's a lot going on. And we are just trying to understand why things are happening. Because this is book 2, I'm going to try to be really careful about not saying anything that could be spoilery. Right now, I feel very bad for our female main character. She's going through it. She is new to this whole thing, and she's just trying to navigate things about herself and about her new, world and her family and her love life. Like, none of it is making any sense. And we're at the 50% mark. So we've journeyed to a new area, and they don't know what to think about it. Usually anything more than 50%, everything is going to be upended, I guess you could say. So we're just strapping in and we're preparing for that. I'm suspicious of a few characters. The MMC's parent is one of them, and I'm suspicious of this new area they're taking a journey through right now. Is a little suspicious. It sounded a little too good to be true, and now they're kind of seeing things maybe for what they are, and we don't know how we feel about that. I'm nervy for the FMC's family. Yeah, I would say I trust the 2 main characters, though. I know we're going to get through this. I know he is our ride or die. It just, everything else is a little weird right now. So this book hasn't really surprised me at all. This is definitely giving middle child syndrome. I know I mentioned earlier I wasn't sure how many books were going to be in the series, but definitely there's going to be a third one for sure. So this one, I don't want to say that rudely. It is the middle child, but there are still lots of things going on. So it's not boring. I built this book up in my head a lot, so it's not really living up to expectations. However, it is book 2. Book 1 was magnificent. It's going to be hard to beat book 1, and this makes me really interested in book 3. So because it is Sunday night, this is the final push. Again, gut feeling, I'm not going to make it to 100%. I will make it close. I'll make it to 75% for sure if I definitely read for the next 2 to 3 hours, head down. I've been feeling a little guilty because it is Mother's Day weekend and I've been trying to prioritize myself. It's been hard to juggle my daughter as well because she's 9. She doesn't really understand what's going on. She just knows that it's Mother's Day and she wants to spend time with me. And I see that for what it is. And, I want to spend time with her too. So I did have to peel myself away from the book a few times today just to make sure she, felt loved as well. Because as much as it is Mother's Day for me, she is the one that made me a mother. And I am really grateful for her. And I don't ever want her to feel sad or left out. So I did take a break and we did play some of the day. So that's, I think, why I haven't gotten through as much of the book as I thought I would. Also, finishing 𝖒𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 so late Saturday night has only really given me a day to read this book. And I'm trying to read it at a pace to where I will understand everything, but also it's still moving along, I'm trying to find that balance. What's keeping me going is definitely I want to see how this one ends. I want to get this finished up and I just want to see where we're going to be at for book 3. If I don't talk to you for the rest of the night, if I don't check in, I will definitely catch you up tomorrow and let you know what you missed. It is officially Monday after 5 p.m. And I'm here to let you know how we did. So if you've been following along, you know that we already finished 𝖒𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 Saturday night. Then it was crunch time to try to finish Fury Bound by Sunday night. And as of last night at midnight, we got to the 68% mark through the book. So we made it almost to 70%, almost to 75. This is how much more I had to go to get to the 75% mark. And we failed. We failed the challenge. We could not read 2 books in a weekend. And I blame that on Alchemised. I was 50% on Friday and we got to 100% on Saturday night. So I was hustling. I was doing some major reading. And then to get through 406 pages on Sunday, that is amazing. So I don't even feel bad about failing the challenge. We couldn't do it. And tonight, I would love to try to finish Fury Bound. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. There are 584 pages in Fury Bound. So we just we'll figure out, we'll see. I probably could read 100 pages tonight if I really pushed it. I would say that this is really different than doing a 24-hour reading challenge. I know we did 24 hours in a weekend before and I still felt better than doing a 24-hour reading challenge. I think it was because I was still determining how much I would read and when, although like I said, I was hauling ass trying to get these books finished. I did feel pretty exhausted once Sunday night came, could barely keep my eyes open. My brain was just so full of words and tropes and plots and characters, but I don't regret it. I had the best weekend ever between Mother's Day being such a relaxing weekend thanks to my family and then getting to just read all weekend. There was nothing that I'd rather be doing than reading, honestly. Reading at home with my family hanging out. I'm definitely going to be doing this again. We are kicking off a series of Can I Read It in a Weekend? And sometimes we will have lots of little books, sometimes we will have one big fat book, and sometimes it'll be a couple together to see, okay, well, I gotta get some stuff done, so what can we do? One thing I would let you know before picking up Alchemised is know that the romance is definitely second within the story. Don't go into this thinking it's a romantasy, and definitely don't not read it because you think it's gonna be too much like a fan fiction. This is so different than Manacled. I didn't even read Manacled, but you just need to, this is its own thing. It's its own masterpiece and it deserves its own recognition. Read this, please. Obviously, this was a 5-star read for us, so that makes it a top. And because we're at the 70% mark, I probably am sitting at a 4 currently. Depending on how the end goes, it could bump itself up to a 5, but it's definitely not giving Alchemised. It already bumps it down a level. Let me know down in the comments below which book you would enjoy more, or what would you have a better chance of picking up to read? And would you survive 2 books in 1 weekend? If you made it this far in the video, drop a wolf in the comments below so that I know that you made it this far. And I thank you so much for being here this week during this new series that we're starting. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, please consider giving this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another upload. Also, Sundays, we like to do reading sprints together live on YouTube and Twitch, so don't miss out on that either. As always, thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! I have had